Good morning. Um, my name is Elle Ciccarelli, and I'm the creator of the Nola Doc Project as of yesterday. But I wanted to put this video out there to talk about who residents are, what we do, so that you guys can kind of better understand the project. But about me, again, I'm Elle Ciccarelli. I'm a physician. My background is I went to undergrad at the Air Force Academy, class of 2012 HAP. I got a scholarship to go to med school at Tulane in New Orleans, and then I did my pediatric residency training at Children's Hospital through the LSU pediatric program. And now I have been called back to active duty, and I'm an adolescent medicine fellow at the San Antonio Military Medical Center. My views do not represent those of any of these medical residency programs or institutions or the Air Force or the U.S. government or anything like that. And I'm like the worst person to be a public figure ever. I have a potty mouth and a really weird sense of humor. So I'm gonna try and keep this normal. But anyway, what is residency training? So after medical school, you have knowledge and you have tools, and you've been exposed to kind of a couple of weeks of most of kind of the prominent areas of medicine, but you don't have an in-depth understanding of your particular area that you want to go practice. So you apply to a residency program like LSU Pediatrics, and you agree that you'll be a trainee and you will work under a lot of supervision, kind of feeling out what these skills are. And it's basically a years-long apprenticeship program where you're learning from people that are 1 or 2 years ahead of you kind of in the progression, and then you're heavily supervised by people that have probably sometimes decades of experience in your particular field. So we make sure that everything is safe from the perspective of the patients, and we are grateful to work our long hours and do what we do in support of those patients, because it's our learning opportunity and it's the experience that molds us to become great doctors. So trainees are this very kind of special population that often support the safety net hospitals of the country. So, we are taking care of the people that have nowhere else to go to be seen. And often that's alongside, the best medical centers and the best places in the world. So I sometimes say I'm so glad that I trained in New Orleans, because I have seen some of the sickest patients in the United States and been able to learn from them and be there for them. And that experience, I think, made me the doctor I am today. And I think I'm okay. But you'd have to ask for patients about that. Anyway, so that's kind of what the training process is like. And you train in your particular subspecialty. You can work up to 80 hours a week, not more than 80 though, that's bad. And it's usually structured like an intern or a first year resident working with a couple of residents that are a couple of levels above them. You have a pager. I think doctors are the only people in the modern world that use things, and it goes off all the time. My first ever page, and I wasn't a parent or anything when I went to pediatric residency training, was about, I need an order for Desitin. Looked at my team. What's that? I've never heard of that medicine. I'm not ready for this. It's diaper cream. Here's how you write an order. So you're literally learning things that are that basic in your first year of residency. And, it goes all the way up to managing intensive care patients and ventilators and things like that. And you build these skills very, very quickly because you're working so much. So I started the Nola Doc Project yesterday out of some personal friends from me and my family to support the residents that I still know in New Orleans through Children's Hospital, and also through my sister-in-law is at the internal medicine residency program for Tulane Med. But they are working around multiple hospitals in the city and kind of on the front lines of this virus. The residents that are working emergency rooms, wards, and ICU settings are the ones right now that are really taking the brunt of this. And of course, being backed up by all of those great ancillary teams and services, subspecialists, surgical consultants, all of this is a really big machine. So today's agenda for the project, we are going to get lunch to the UMC MICU team. I actually offered it to the general surgery program at LSU because I know that chief, And he said, you know what, these people are in more need than we are right now. So I'm so happy to have been connected with them. We're also going to get lunch to the East Jefferson Family Medicine Program out at East Jefferson Hospital. I've got a call this morning to connect with a local business, a great restaurant on Magazine Street, so more to come on that. I'm going to hopefully get more contacts of some program directors and chiefs. I really would like to get in touch with some ER programs today. Figure out a handoff plan for when my telework time is done and I may be called in to work on the front lines of this too, so that we can keep this going. And we've just got a lot of other contacts and people that we can work on widening our network. But thank you guys for being involved. If you want to post questions or ideas for any further videos, I'd love to talk about my training in New Orleans. I probably shouldn't talk about anything the military is doing right now. Yeah, that sounds like a bad idea. And, we can maybe feature some residents saying hi, but we'll keep the profile updated and keep you guys in the loop. Oh, today we're also starting this organization as a 501 charity. I'm lucky to be married to someone that has skills in this arena, so we are making everything kosher for tax purposes. And as much as possible, we're going to try to post pictures of receipts so that donors can see where their money's going. And we ask that residents send us pictures of them eating the food that they get, so that, we can kind of verify and feel good and see them having a moment to themselves to enjoy and support and sustain themselves. But that's it for today. Thanks.